Hi. Hi. I just want to drop in here to my social media family and be very, very, very transparent and very truthful. I've been praying how to say this, so I'm just gonna say it. I've been asking God to show me how to make a shorter video, Cynthia. I've been re-recording, and God's just saying for many months, he's saying just share my story. If you want to know more, I actually would love to, if anyone sees this on social media and either you wanted to follow me on, Instagram. I have a new Instagram page, a new Instagram account. You can just text me or DM me if you want to know if you want to know sorry, there's a cute little green bug inside of my car. It's like a little gift from God. little cute green bug that's being attracted to the light. I want to share with you all some progress from my recovery from from the mental illness battle that I've had, and also giving glory to God and glory to embracing change and embracing discomfort. I want to so this video is gonna, I hope I post it to both my Facebook account and I have a brand new Instagram page, new Instagram account. This cute little green bug keeps telling me that everything's gonna be okay. I almost feel like the Lord really shows up. The Lord's Holy Spirit shows up with nature to comfort my feelings and my thoughts. The Bible is the best thing to comfort me, but sometimes it's nice to have a little nature friend. A lot of you already know what happened with how dark my mind went about 1 year ago, and a lot of you don't know. So hopefully, whether you follow me on social media, Facebook page, or the new Instagram page that I have, it's called Mafalda Character, and you can DM me and ask me what that is if you see this on the Facebook account, but it's something like that, and I'll spell it out for you when you DM me. I am 1 year of sober thoughts of not having suicidal thinking or suicidal obsession in my mind. As you know, I've struggled with obsessive compulsive disorder that was stemmed from post-traumatic stress disorder. So those are both anxiety disorders, and they can develop depression as a result of having post-traumatic stress disorder. Is the short version is called PTSD. That's what started the OCD for me, and short version OCD stands for obsessive compulsive disorder. And then the last thing is depression. So I've struggled with these three things for a long time, almost like 19 years now, 20 years, I think. But I came to know the Lord at a time in my life when I needed hope, because believing in myself and giving credit to myself or man I dated or the current boyfriend I was with at that time, and putting them on the pedestal, him or whoever was like the guy in my life, it was really a lot about the man in my life, the relationship I was in. I put them almost as powerful as I would put God, and I was very confused. So now as I'm having a hard time admitting this to you all, is that whether you are a believer in a higher power, and for me, I admit that higher power, God, I call God Jesus Christ, who comes in for me in male form, or you don't believe in a higher power, or you believe in a higher power and it's some other God, someone else, that's fine. But mental illness is real, And mental illness can drive people to physically hurt himself or physically hurt herself. 1 year ago, I physically hurt myself, and I was disappointed that I didn't die. And I want you all to know that suicide attempt is big, even among us people that we call ourselves Christ followers. Even people like myself, that I have devoted my life to my higher power, who is Jesus Christ. Even me, even if I didn't believe in Jesus Christ, but I've devoted like the last 19, 20 years to mental health recovery and working a good mental health program and having medication and having support. I attempted to kill myself. I physically, it wasn't just thoughts, imagining how I'm going to kill myself. I had a plan. I had like plan A and plan B. Plan A was going to take too long. I actually ordered a gun. I ordered a gun from Amazon. I ordered a gun from Amazon, and it was going to take about 3 months to arrive. And then I canceled the order probably after God knows how many hours. My mind kept ruminating on that. And it wasn't impulsive. I actually had been ruminating, obsessing on how do I kill myself, because living with mental illness and in a pandemic changed reality now, where I was isolated by myself a lot during 2 years of that pandemic shutdown. I've been living alone for a long time. Well, for me it feels like a long time, but during the pandemic it had already been 2 years of me living alone. So when 2020 shutdown came on board, it was like 2.5 years of me living alone. And I lost a lot of friends during those times because of our political differences, our views on human rights, and really our views a lot about the vaccine, COVID, our different views on how we view political, liberty, to the freedom to choose, even though we love the same God. I lost a lot of friends, so I was very lonely, and I spent a lot of time in my head. So I wanted you to know that I love you guys, but the one voice I kept hearing a lot was a lie, that it's too painful to remain living in this world when you have severe mental illness, and friends don't want to visit you because they didn't want to visit me, because their children, your children, if you're listening to this, your children or your husbands or your wives or your elderly parents were more important, and you were not. And these friends didn't want to go get vaccinated because they were anti-vaccine, which I respect that. But I felt very alone, and I didn't really know where else to go except my own head and my own desperate devices to shut that negative voice of the enemy that said, hey, if you just buy the gun from Amazon, when it arrives, you can just, point it. My goal was to point it in my heart. And if that didn't, I've never shot a gun. It was so bad. I was looking at how to commit suicide websites for about 2 days, 48 hours, maybe 3 days. And all I did was look at those websites, and there are websites that tell you how to do it, different ways that you can successfully kill yourself. So I just wanted to tell you guys that I didn't do it. The problem with me sharing this video, I'm sharing now because I want you to know that there might be someone in your life that you didn't even know. They struggle with suicide thoughts, feelings, ideas, and they might even have plan A, plan B, plan C already made. And if you don't make that call to reach out to them, let them know that you're thinking about them, tonight might be or tomorrow morning, or whenever you see this video, it might be their last day, their last living day on earth, because they felt so alone and so abandoned that they took their life. I actually was disappointed. So it wasn't the gun. I didn't do it with a gun. I actually did it with a lot of pills, a lot of overdose of pills that I knew would put me to sleep, like fall asleep. And it did. I was upset that I woke up alive. That's the part where it's still like, oh, like it stabs me at my heart. Like, that's how bad I was in pain, that when I woke up alive, I thought, damn, I still gotta give it a go another day, you know, with negative thoughts of loneliness and blah, blah, blah. So what I had to do, this is 1 year ago that this happened. It was my most recent suicide attempt, exactly 1 year ago. It was around Mother's Day weekend of 2021 when I did that. It was my most recent suicide attempt since when mental illness had first started, which is about 20 years ago. So I knew that I had to, that was a big sign, a big open flashlight sign in my reality that I need to change, not just the way that I think, you know, giving my thoughts over to God, renewing my mind with the word from God, the living word from God, the Bible. But be in support groups. Make myself go to support groups, even if it was on Zoom. Make myself go to support groups. Call people, even if they didn't know me. I had the suicide hotline on my phone. I've had the suicide hotline on my phone for years, but I was actually calling suicide hotline. I was calling survivors of rape hotline. I am a survivor of rape. I'm a survivor of being hit by an ex-boyfriend, being threatened to be killed. I'm a survivor of sexual abuse when I was a little child, by an older child. That would be, I guess, sexual abuse, sexual molestation done by an older child when I was a child. I'm a survivor of having grown up in a dysfunctional home, dysfunctional parenting. But everyone has, you know, who has not grown up in a dysfunctional home? We all have. Everyone has had some kind of unhealthy examples from their own parents. But it's up to you and me and she and he and everybody else to choose how are you going to live now as an adult. I'm a survivor of having my own mind be my own worst enemy, you know, for 19-20 years. So I want you to know that although and also I wanted to show you like a real thing, because like, you know, my hair is all gray now right now because I haven't dyed it, but you know, when I color it, it'll look nicer. So people struggle, you guys. And all these Instagram posts and Facebook posts where you're having you, me, he, she, they, everybody, right? We're like, oh yeah, I love life, you know, mi vida loca está tan buena, tan divertida. Even during the pandemic, or before the pandemic, or after the pandemic. I just wanted to be real and post a very authentic, real, you know, I look like a cuckoo lady with my hair's not done. I'm not wearing any makeup, no lipstick, nothing. And sometimes I just want to come in here and say, like, this is, you get what you get. You get what you get. This is me. So most of the time I'm a pretty joyful person, and I do have my hair dyed, but I just wanted to do like a very honest, you know, social media post this time around. I've gotten new friends. I took initiative to make new friends. That's hard to do that, to like admit and be like, I need to start fresh. Of course, I didn't do it alone. I did it with the help of Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit. When the therapist people wouldn't call me back, I would call them back. When the insurance wouldn't call me back, I would call them back. When the support groups wouldn't call them back, I would call them back over and over and over again, or email them, pursuing my mental health like it was water and food. So I just want to encourage you guys that you might not be getting the phone calls back from those professionals that you need to hear from. It is really your job to be your own best advocate. Your job to be your own best advocate for your professional helper that you need in your life, your medication, your support group, your God, you going to that support group or that, church group or meditation group or whatever religious group you follow. And then lastly, for me and for you, if you don't like your friends right now and you think that they have not supported you because of whatever struggles you have or difference in opinions, make new friends. Say goodbye to the old friends that you already know this is no bueno and there is no fruit coming out of that. Close the chapter. Start fresh. And I am so blessed I was able to do that. I advocated for myself and I took action to do that. So yeah. Okay, I hope you guys have a good night. No suicidal thinking on my part. By the way, just to calm everybody down, I did cancel that order on that gun from Amazon, Amazon.com. It was on Prime. I didn't order it. I have had accountability partners since 1 year ago, from May of 2021. I've had accountability partners, friends that I've told them if I, ever have a thought like that again, I actually check in also with very loving people through text messages, whether it's my mom or my dad or a couple of my other really good close friends that we actually agreed to disagree and stayed very close because we focused on the things that we have in common and not on our differences. So on another note, yes, people who want to the gun issue, right? People who think that it is hard to get a gun. It's not. It was going to take me 3 months to get it, but I wanted to end my life like that in 2 days. So that's the only reason why I didn't get the gun delivered. And it was only going to cost, I think, like $300, which I was going to pay with my credit card. So I want you to know that if you are considering voting again or writing a letter or calling your state senator on gun, how different guns, and even if it's like a hunting gun for an animal, that's the kind of gun I was going to use. But I'm pretty persistent when it comes to when I wanted to do this, I was gonna keep doing it. I also was gonna have someone pay money to have someone help me shoot the animal hunting gun until they saw me die. And you can actually do that. All these websites, so dark, such a dark thing. You can pay people to kill you. I'm doing so much better now, thanks to a lot of recovery, a lot of Jesus, a lot of Bible. But I wanted to tell you guys too, like, if you're like, yeah, the whole they need to make it harder. Senators and Congress needs to make it harder, not even to order a hunting gun and all of this. Knives, people shouldn't be allowed to order a knife that that was I think that was plan C for me, to stab myself. Yeah, so if you want to do anything as far as like politics go, and speak up your political view, one of those things I think is that they should not make it easy for people of any age to buy weapons from Amazon, or when you're gonna go buy a weapon at a guns shop, when they deliver the actual gun that kills you or kills others, they need to make it incredibly difficult to do that. As you know, we've had every week new gun shootings everywhere, You just, you know someone right here, this girl, this lady, Cynthia Manrique. You would have never have thought, right? I'm smiling all the time on social media, yada, yada, yada. I'm smiling at you when you see me at church. You wouldn't have known that I went to that dark place in May of 2021 and you probably wouldn't have seen me ever again. So please, if you want to speak up how you want to make a change in politics, let's make that very strict, the weapons access, please. I love you guys, and have a good rest of your summer. And again, I'm in a good place emotionally, spiritually, mentally. And yeah, I will see you. I'll probably see some of you down the road. Love you guys. Bye.